Rain poured gently over London, muffling the hum of traffic and chatter with that quiet melancholy only a broken heart really gets. Mia stood by her bedroom window, fingers brushing the cold pane. The world outside blurred through the rain, just like her future felt right now. Her phone sat on the bed behind her. One message. Just one. "I reckon it's best if we call it a day." She'd read it so many times the words were scorched in. Saying goodbye is never easy. Especially when you once pictured forever with them. 3 years earlier. Mia wasn't one for fairy tales. Life had always been practical. Her dad passed when she was little, Mum worked every hour to keep things going. Love. That was for films, over the top, not real. She believed in stability. Hard graft. Earning what you get. That morning she was late for her first proper internship interview. Heart hammering harder than her footsteps as she dashed across the road without looking. A hand grabbed her wrist, yanked her back sharp. A bike whizzed past. "What's the rush?" Trying to end the story before it starts, a voice teased. She looked up, startled. Kind eyes. Slightly messy hair. A smile that felt far too comforting for a stranger. "Sorry. I didn't see," she started. "Clearly not," he laughed softly. "Big day." She glanced at the folder clutched tight. "Interview. Ah. That explains the near-death bit." She nearly smiled despite the nerves. "I'm Ethan, by the way," he said, offering his hand. "Mia. Well, Mia, if you survive the interview the way you survived that road, you'll smash it." There was something calming about him. He walked her right to the building, just to stop her attempting another mad crossing. Before he left, "If it's meant for you, it'll find you." She didn't realize then he wasn't just on about the job. She got the internship. A week later, she spotted him again. Same little coffee shop near the office. He waved casually, like bumping into her again was the most normal thing. "See? You survived." She laughed, properly laughed. That's how it began. Nothing dramatic. No fireworks. Just two people who kept crossing paths. Soon those chance meetings turned deliberate. They started sharing tables. Lunch breaks. Talking dreams. Ethan wanted his own creative agency one day. Big ideas. Bold plans. Mia admired that fire in him. "You sell yourself short," he told her once. "And you dream too big," she shot back. "That's why we balance each other out." She didn't notice when her guarded heart started cracking open. Love doesn't always barge in. Sometimes it slips in quietly during late-night chats. Their first proper late-night call went on 4 hours. Childhood stories. Fears. Embarrassing moments. Future plans. She found herself laughing freely. With him she felt safe. Understood. Seen. One evening after a brutal day at work she broke down on the phone. "I'm not good enough," she whispered. Silence for a second. Then his voice went soft. "Don't say that. It's true. Everyone else is smarter. More confident. I don't give a toss about everyone else." She could hear traffic in the background. "Where are you?" she asked. "Outside your flat." Her heart skipped. She ran downstairs. He stood there, slightly out of breath. "You drove all the way here?" "Yeah. Why?" "Couldn't let you cry on your own, could I?" That night, sitting on the cold stairs outside her building, he looked at her with an intensity she'd never seen. "I love you." The words hung there. She froze. He looked nervous suddenly. "You don't have to say it back," he added quickly. But she did. Because she felt it too. "I love you too." And just like that, her world shifted. They were inseparable after that. Weekend film nights. Random drives out. Long walks under city lights. They talked future like it was a given. "One day," he said once, "we'll have a little place with massive windows. And a balcony for plants," she added. "And a dog." "You hate dogs." "I'll get used to it." She laughed. Love makes you picture things you never considered. But life doesn't always play along. After 2 years, Ethan's startup finally got noticed. Investors interested. Doors opening. But there was a catch. The big opportunity meant moving to Manchester. Miles away. It's only temporary, he promised. How long? She asked. Maybe a year. A year felt like forever. But she smiled. Go for it. You're not gutted. I am, she admitted. But I don't want to hold you back. He hugged her tight. I'll come back stronger. For us. At the station she held his hand like letting go would erase everything. This isn't goodbye, he said quietly. Just a bit of distance. But sometimes distance changes more than your postcode. It changes hearts. First month was bearable. Calls every night. Shared every detail. Counted down visits. But slowly reality crept in. Calls got shorter. Deadlines. Meetings. Investor pressure. She got it. Or tried to. One night she waited till 2 a.m. for his call. Nothing. Next morning a message. Sorry. Forgot. Mad day. Forgot. She stared at the word. Love shouldn't feel forgettable. Still, she forgave him. Because love makes you patient. Weeks became months. The spark in his voice faded. Chats felt forced. You all right? She asked once. Yeah. Just knackered. You're always knackered. He sighed. Mia, please. Not tonight. That stung worse than any row. She tried harder. Sent surprise packages. Little notes. Told him how proud she was. But love can't survive on one person carrying it. One evening he called out the blue. I'm coming down tomorrow. Her heart raced. Finally. When he arrived she ran into his arms. But something felt off. His hug was softer. Shorter. They sat in her living room, same spot he once said he loved her. He looked serious. Too serious. Didn't want to do this over the phone, he started. Her stomach dropped. I care about you, he said slowly. Care. Not love. I don't think I can give this what it needs anymore. Her hands shook. Is there someone else? No. Then what? I've changed. My life's changed. Tears stung. So this is it. He nodded. Think it's better if we call it a day. The words broke something inside. Saying goodbye is never easy. Especially when your heart's still whispering stay. He hugged her one last time. Then left. The door closed softly. But the silence after was deafening. She stood frozen ages. Not crying yet. Not moving. Just waiting for him to come back and say it was a mistake. He didn't. Deep down she knew. Some goodbyes are final. The door shut, but its echo stayed in her chest. For a few seconds she stood stock-still in the living room. Air felt heavier. Silence louder. Even the clock ticking sounded cruel. Tears didn't come straight away. Sometimes heartbreak arrives as shock first. Her eyes drifted to the sofa where he'd said I love you once. Where he'd just said goodbye. Her legs gave way. She sank to the floor. That's when the sobs came. Not gentle ones. Not film-like. Proper broken, shaking sobs from deep inside. Saying goodbye is never easy. Especially when you still love the one walking away. Next morning felt surreal. Sunlight crept in like nothing happened. But everything had. She grabbed her phone out of habit. No good morning text. No notification. No missed call. Just quiet. She stared at his name ages. Thumb hovered. Call him. Beg him to rethink. Say you'll fix it. But love shouldn't feel like begging. So she locked the phone. Placed it face down. First tiny step. The weeks after were brutal. Every corner of London reminded her. The coffee shop where they first properly laughed. The bookshop where he bought her that novel because she loved the smell of fresh pages. The park bench where they dreamed about a flat with big windows. Every memory cut sharp. Her mates noticed. You look shattered, Jess said one evening. I am, Mia replied quietly. Something up? Mia forced a smile. Just work. Didn't want to explain. Explaining meant reliving. Reliving meant breaking again. Nights, loneliness screamed. She'd scroll old photos. First selfie. Road trip video, him singing terribly to make her laugh. Screenshot of their first I love you. She knew she shouldn't look. But heartbreaks got weird habits. One night she nearly texted, "I miss you." Just 2 words. Too heavy. Typed them. Stared. Deleted. Because if he wanted to stay, he would have. Love shouldn't feel one-sided. Meanwhile, Ethan's life sped up. New city. New office. New faces. Busier than ever. But in quiet hotel rooms after long days, he'd stare at his phone too. Her name's still there. He'd open old chats. Scroll. Pause. Close it. Told himself it was right. She deserved someone with time. He didn't have it. But doing the right thing can still hurt like hell. Back in London, Mia slowly rebuilt. Stayed late at work. Not avoiding home. Just focusing. Distracting. Growing. If love could leave, her dreams wouldn't. Months on, her manager called her in. "We're impressed, Mia." Her pulse quickened. "You've been taking on way more than your role. We want to promote you." For a second, forgot the heartbreak. Forgot goodbye. Forgot everything. "Thank you," she whispered. Walking home that evening, she felt something new. Pride. First genuine smile in months. She wanted to tell him. He always believed in her. "You don't see yourself the way others do," he used to say. Fingers went to her phone. But she stopped. Not everything needs sharing with someone who walked away. Healing's odd. Doesn't announce itself. Just quietly swaps pain for acceptance. She stopped checking his socials. Stopped replaying Rose in her head. Stopped wondering if he missed her. Instead, rediscovered herself. Joined a weekend art class, always wanted to but never had time. Started journaling. Letters she'd never send. One read, "I loved you with everything." And maybe that's enough. Maybe love doesn't need forever to be real. One evening, tidying a drawer, found the little silver ring he gave her. Not engagement. Just simple. "For when you forget you matter," he'd said cheekily. Held it in her palm. Memories flooded. Pain came back, but softer. More nostalgia than knife. She put it back in the box. Not erasing him. Just ready to move on. 6 months later. Email pinged. Her breath caught. From him. Subject, "Congrats." Hands shook opening it. "Heard about the promotion. Always knew you'd smash it. Proud of you. Hope you're happy. No miss you. No sorry. No regret. Just polite distance." She stared ages. Part of her wanted more. Another part got it. He'd moved on. His way. She typed slowly. "Thanks. Hope you're happy too." Read it once. Twice. Sent. That was it. No big reunion. No second chance. Just closure. Time kept working quietly. Mia changed. Not bitter. Stronger. Learnt love isn't owning someone. It's an experience. Learnt people sometimes come in your life not to stay forever, but to teach you something big. He taught her she could love deeply. Deserved belief and support. And that goodbye, however gutting, can open doors to growth. One rainy evening, almost a year on, she stood by her window again. Rain always made her think. But this time, no ache. No tears. Just calm. Phone buzzed. New message. Not him. From Noah. A colleague she'd got closer to lately. "Fancy coffee tomorrow?" She smiled softly. Heart didn't race like it did with Ethan. But it didn't hurt either. Felt steady. Safe. Maybe second time round love isn't fireworks. Maybe it's peace. She replied. "Yeah, sure." Put the phone down. Looked out at the rain. Saying goodbye is never easy. But sometimes goodbye isn't the end. It's a bridge. A painful one, from who you were to who you're meant to be. And somewhere in Manchester, Ethan stood by his own window. Watching rain. Thinking of the girl who once believed in him more than anyone. He whispered to himself. "Hope she's all right." Because real love, even when it ends, never wishes bad. It just quietly lets go. Rain has a funny way of linking memories. While Mia stood by her window calm and peaceful, miles away Ethan watched the same grey sky from his office. Success all around. Bigger space. Growing team. Investors finally on board. Everything he dreamed of coming true. But dreams sometimes cost quiet things. And some nights, success felt emptier than expected. He remembered when Mia first believed in him. "You're gonna make it," she said long before anyone else. He laughed then. Now he wished she could see. But he chose this path. Chose to walk it without her. Or so he told himself. Truth was messier. Distance wasn't just work. It was fear. Fear of failing. Dragging her into uncertainty. That she deserved someone steadier. Instead of saying that, he pulled away slowly. Sometimes you hurt the ones you love not because you don't care, but because you care too much and can't balance it with ambition. Meanwhile, Mia's life shifted in small real ways. Noah wasn't flashy, not overly charming, no big lines. But he listened. Properly. First coffee was easy. No awkward bits. No pressure. Just chat. "You seem like someone who thinks a lot," he said gently. She smiled. "Good or bad? Depends. Do your thoughts build you up or wear you out?" Caught her off guard. "Wear me out," she admitted. "Then maybe time for lighter ones." He didn't try impress. Didn't push. Just showed up. And consistency heals what passion once broke. Weeks on, they met more. Lunch turned evening walks. Talks went from work to real stuff. One evening in a quiet park he asked softly, "Can I ask something personal?" She nodded, hesitant. "Ever been properly in love?" Chest tightened. "Yeah. Still love him." Wind moved gently. She thought. "Don't know if I love him, or just who I was with him." He didn't interrupt. Didn't judge. Just said, "Healing takes time. I'm not rushing." That meant more than any grand speech. Back in Manchester, Ethan's success grew. So did exhaustion. Late nights. Endless meetings. Pressure to keep proving. One night after big presentation, back to flat feeling empty. Opened phone. Stopped at her name. Never deleted it. Couldn't. Opened her profile. There she was. Smiling. Stronger. Different. Photos with mates. Art thing. One that paused his heart. Her at a cafe opposite a guy. Noah. Not romantic exactly. But comfortable. Ethan felt a sharp twinge. Not anger. Not pure jealousy. Realization. Life moves on. Even when you're not. Few days later Ethan came back to London, business meeting. Told himself just work. But deep down knew it'd stir things. Drove past their old coffee shop. Still looked same. Time didn't pause for heartbreak. On impulse, parked. Went in. Ordered usual. Turned with cup. Heart stopped. She was there. By the window. Neither moved a second. World blurred. Mia. Her name slipped out soft. She turned. Ethan. No anger. No tears. Just surprise. They faced each other, years between. "How you doing?" he asked. "All right. Good actually." And she meant it. He saw the change. Lighter. Stronger. Happier. "Saw your pics," he admitted. "You look different." She smiled small. "Growth does that." They sat awkward but calm. "How's the company?" she asked. "Going well. Growing. Good." Silence, not painful. Just acknowledging what was. "Sorry," he said suddenly. "For what?" "How I handled it. Thought I was protecting you. Maybe I was just running." She looked carefully. "I was hurt," she said. "But I don't hate you." He swallowed. "Ever think about us?" She smiled softly. "Yeah. But not like before." He nodded. "You, seeing someone?" There it was. The question he dreaded. She didn't lie. Getting to know someone. Chest tightened. "He make you happy?" She paused. Yeah. Different way. Different. Not better. Not worse. Just different. He looked at his coffee. Understood clearly for first time. Love isn't just big beginnings. It's staying. And he left. As they stood to go, he said quietly, saying goodbye's never easy. She looked at him gently. No. But sometimes it's needed. Outside, rain started light. Like the day they met. He wanted to hug her. Hold one last time. But some moments stay untouched. Take care, Mia. You too, Ethan. And just like that, they walked opposite ways. Not broken. Not angry. Just two people who loved deeply once, chose different paths. Weeks later, Mia sat with Noah again. You seem peaceful today, he noticed. I am. Why? Finally got something. What? Loving someone doesn't mean they stay forever. He smiled. And now? Now I'm ready for someone who chooses me back. No grand reply. He just took her hand. This time. She didn't hesitate. Some loves burn bright, unforgettable. Teach passion. Pain. Depth. Others steady, nurturing. Teach safety. Patience. Peace. Mia knew both. Realized something big. True love isn't who you can't live without. It's who feels like home. Somewhere in Manchester, Ethan stood by his office window again. Rain falling. He whispered, "Hope she's happy." And meant it. Because sometimes loving truly means letting go. Saying goodbye is never easy. But sometimes, goodbye lets both hearts grow. Months on, life rebuilt quietly around Mia. Mornings didn't start heavy. Evenings didn't end in tears. Her heart, once fragile with echoes, grew stronger, wiser, patient. Noah became more than mate. Subtle at first, now warmth, laughs, understanding. No drama. Just steady comfort, like home. One rainy evening, like the day she met Ethan, Mia and Noah walked the park where she once replayed old love. Air smelled damp earth. Lights shimmered in puddles. Never thought I'd be here again, Mia said quietly, watching reflection ripple. Here? Noah asked. Peaceful. Happy. Ready to love again. He smiled, squeezed her hand. Good, he said softly. 'Cause I'm not going anywhere. Meanwhile, Ethan's world shifted too. Startup thriving, but wins felt quieter. Realized success without real connection feels hollow. Late night work, he paused, thought of Mia. Not regret. Clarity. Love's about timing, courage, mutual choice. He let go. Did right by her. One afternoon, city buzzed as Mia got ready for a family do, mum's friend's daughter's wedding. Customary for close ones to go. Noah came too, quiet confidence by her side. Mum noticed. You look radiant, love. Truly. Mia smiled, felt the truth. She'd grown into her own happiness. Ceremony started. As guests came, Mia spotted someone familiar far end. Ethan. He came not to restart. To witness her new chapter. Respectful. Distant. Silently proud. Watched her laugh, bright, alive, knew she was free from their goodbye shadow. Evening on, Noah leaned close. Fancy stepping out a sec. They walked quiet courtyard. Rain soft again, reflections, glow. Noah stopped. Turned. Mia, he whispered, taking both hands. I love you. And I don't want to let go. Her heart swelled, not desperate. Not scared. Calm certainty. Loved deeply before. Let go. Now ready for love that chose her daily. I love you too, Noah, she said steady. He smiled, lifted her hand to lips. Then let's be each other's home. She nodded, tears of joy. Ethan nearby, silently blessed it. He'd been first love. Greatest teacher. Showed goodbye, painful as it is, can lead to growth, strength, unexpected happiness. And in that soft rain, under lantern glow, Mia finally understood. Saying goodbye is never easy. But sometimes goodbye isn't end. It's beginning of something better. Story closed not in heartbreak. But hope, freely chosen love, hearts that learnt to heal.